Hey guys, Ranger, welcome back to another reaction interview, and this is to the fourth episode of MLP, not MLP, I'm sorry, Initial D. MLP, Initial D, haha, okay. The fourth episode of Initial D, Hollow Victory. I'm wondering if by the title alone, if that suggests that Takumi loses. I don't know, let's jump in and find out. Start video in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, now going over. Now I'm going to touch upon the rest the episode a little bit at a time before I get to the ending promos. Basically, Takumi was able to beat this guy. He was able to beat him using his own technique. The interesting thing was that Takumi did, in fact, first off, Ketsuki here, or Kechi here, he knew that Takumi would end up winning. He knew that he was going to win because he kind of had analyzed and studied his technique. He knew what Takumi was going to do, and sure enough, Takumi did use that to his advantage and beat the crap out of this guy. But the interesting thing is that Takumi knew that he was different tonight. He was racing different. He had more focus on the race and was more kind of aggressive and more concerned about actually losing. And he realized that he was acting different tonight. I think this is definitely an interesting segment where we get to see more of his transition. Before, in the first stage, him racing was just more of a casual thing. Although we did see a little gradual transition of him from just not really thinking too much about it, just whatever, to him kind of thinking more about it and being able to have more of an interest in it. Now, he's definitely developing much more of an interest in it, to the point he's focusing more on winning and is more concerned about losing. And he's analyzing the situation, trying to figure out where he can use his techniques. Now, Takumi was able to beat this guy quite easily using his own technique, but Takumi wasn't able. But the thing was, Takumi felt like it was a hollow victory, and I can understand that is the title of the episode, Hollow Victory, because Takumi didn't feel that he had actually won kind of legit, because he's used to Akina, so he felt that he didn't really earn it. He felt like it was just kind of too easy. It was a too easy a victory of sorts, and I think that he wants a challenge. He wants a different location. He wants more of a challenge. And I think that's interesting that he's not really taking the easy road and continuing on that area, but he's actually wanting to challenge himself with other places. So that's why he just thought about going to Akagi. Now, Team Emperor, of course, decided they were going to try to conquer all of Gunma, and they wanted to. However, they still want to. This guy wanted to challenge the 8-6, which he did, and he wants to beat it. But I think there might be a slight part of him that may want, possibly, to show Takumi that there's a bit more to racing, possibly. But we did see that Takumi did get another note, and someone told me that it was a girl. Someone told me that it was in the manga that it was a girl that knew about Himogi, that had kept putting the note in his locker, and so she wanted Takumi to kind of know about that. And Takumi is more thinking about this. He's more concentrating on this and wondering about it, and it's really beginning to affect him. And that's where we see the turning point at the end of the episode, where Takumi does, in fact, he gets a call from someone telling him to go to this restaurant, and where he sees Mogi and her sugar daddy there. And the funny thing is, she doesn't even see the 8-6, but Takumi gets extremely frustrated and leaves and decides to race. And that's whenever he shows up at he goes to Akagi. Now, there's also the lead up that the 8-6's engine is getting ready to blow, and there was a question of whether or not the engine would blow before Takumi would lose, or would Takumi lose before the engine would blow. They're not really sure. I really don't know which one is going to happen. It could be that the engine blows and causes Takumi to lose. Don't know. Or it could be that Takumi does lose, and then on a regular day, the engine blows. Or it could be that I really don't know. We'll find out. I did see, whenever I went to this video, I did see over on the side, I think it was episode 6, I did see in the recommendations over on the side, it said something like, second stage episode 6, goodbye 8-6. And I honestly read it as initial D stage, like, I read it as initial D. I didn't read second stage. I read initial D stage 6, goodbye 6. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's like in the 6th stage, what does Takumi do? I honestly thought that. Like, does he get rid of the 8-6? Does he like major overhaul or what? But no, he was actually second stage episode 6. And I saw that over on the side. But the ending promo for the next episode does show some interesting things, and there wasn't which it makes a remark, countdown to destruction. Now, I would theorize that this is a double-edged sword. Personally, I would theorize that the title for the next episode is a double-edged sword. It's a countdown to destruction, not just for the 8-6, but for Takumi and Mogi. That's what I would theorize. It's a double-edged sword, and it actually refers to both. That's my theory. And it would seem, like I said, I don't know which is going to happen. Takumi may lose, and he's going to Akagi right now to race this guy, and he's angry, he's frustrated, and I'm not really certain what's going to happen. There's a few theories, obviously everybody already knows, but there are a few different theories. But I'm just going, even though everybody else already knows, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there anyway. First theory is that Takumi does lose, simply because he's angry. He's frustrated, he's focusing on Mogi, and so he's going to let that aggression more control his ability to drive, and so he's going to lose his ability to drive, because most of his focus is going to be on Mogi, so he won't be able to focus as much on driving, and so he'll lose. Second thought is he will drive more aggressively and harder, and it will end up causing the engine to blow on the 8-6 simply because of that. And then there's theory that he may actually win against the guy because he's much more aggressive. I don't know. Everybody else already knows. I don't. I'm sorry I'm late to the party. So, you know, I'm still ready for, for cookies and punch. But, yeah, it is very much an interesting setup for the next episode and what transitions later on. Now, I've had a couple people tell me about Mogi and about her relationship with Takumi. I read on the wiki for her, like a couple of episodes back, that at one point, I think it was during stage 3 or 4, that she ended up moving away, and so that was pretty much it. But that was in the manga. I don't know if they did the same thing in the anime or what. But we'll just have to wait and see. Although I'm pretty sure that Initial Defense probably just shipped Takumi with the 8-6. I'm pretty sure some people do. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the next episode. I'm very curious to see what happens. But thanks again to everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks again for joining me, and let me know your thoughts in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care.